Good morning, guys. Let me just scroll up the chat here. Hi, is it hi L? Hey Stuart. Hi XUN. Hey Black. Hey Holden. Dennis. Naveen. Ice. Templar. How am I doing? I'm doing good. It's still pretty, well, kind of early in the morning. We're starting a little bit early here. Whoa. Oh my. Mic is a little bit too close to my headphones. I have to kind of sit back. Otherwise, I get this weird feedback. Just before we hop into the Dream Hangars, just kind of like an announcement. In case you didn't know, I do have a creator code. So if you do purchase anything from the web shop, would greatly appreciate it if you use my creator code. I think I get like 5% or something, and that goes towards supporting the channel so that I can continue to do videos and live streams covering war robots. Okay. Hey Roo. Hey Darren. Socio Truck. Musa. Okay, so first of all, welcome to the live stream. It is, what episode is this? Episode, it's kind of crazy. Episode 227. Man, can you believe it? We're getting closer to 250 episodes here. Okay, so I have chosen, is it Tyler? I don't know if Tyler's in the chat. Okay, so for this Dream Hangar, let's see, you don't have a name or anything, just wanted to know if your hangar would perform well going forward. I just pushed into masters. Okay, so we have a Luchador, Fenrir, Pathfinder, Lynx, Curie, Ocho, Paladin, and okay, so let me just go here. We're gonna take a closer look at this hangar. So for the ones who are like new to my channel and you're not sure what this whole Dream Hangars thing is about. So viewers, which will be you guys, submit your Dream Hangars. So this could be like a hangar that you're building towards. Maybe you're in, I don't know, Expert League or Silver League or whatever. You're thinking of leveling up your hangar, but you're not really sure how it's going to do, as you approach Master Champion League. You can submit your hangar. It doesn't have to go into detail. It could just be like your bot, your weapon, maybe drone. And what I do is I rebuild the entire hangar that you've made, along with the Titan and the mothership. And what I do is I run it at max level. Okay, so the whole point of doing this is to see whether the builds that you have, when at max level, if they perform. Because a lot of times players think, oh, it's max level, this guy's paid to win, it's going to do well. But then when you look at the build carefully, you're like, wait, that build's terrible. In some cases, it could be really bad and it will just flop. Because in order for a build to hold up well in like the higher leagues, it has to be done right. And there's very little room for error too, most times. Am I going to be trying the Archer with the new weapons? No, not for this one. Hey Europe, hey 7 stars. Grind, metal. The Baglio with the Hell can counter. Yes, it can. You might need Shield Breaker though. Okay, so where are we going to get started here? I guess we'll start with the Fenrir. Okay, so we've got a Fenrir with Redeemer Tyrans. That's what I'm running with my specialization track. We've got the Haruko. Actually, wait, did he even mention? Oh, wait, he's got the Shy. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to double check my drone. Sometimes I just like naturally go to certain drones because I know that is like the optimized version. Okay, so those are my pilot skills. We have the Pathfinder with Scatty. This one I'll have to check because I'm pretty sure... I don't think they had Friezo here. Oh, we got Pascal. Okay. I've already started to optimize it. That's funny. Okay, let's go with this one. Okay, there we go. We've got the Lynx with Redeemers. Nebula, yeah, this one I remember. I remember the Nebula. Hey, Cactus. Curie, okay, this is kind of weird. So Curie with Hell, but we've got the War Drone on here. When we put the Pascal on this thing, yeah, I think I would swap it, but we'll get to that later on. Okay, I'm just gonna go according to what this player has. And then I'll, before we run like some games, I will give you my thoughts on the hangar composition. Okay, this one is, you know, I had to actually read the comment like twice because when I started building this, I was like, wait, say what? Because I thought he meant like 2 ultimate Orkans, right? So then I started reading, I was like, okay, I got the pilot right. We've got the Kestrel on here. And I started reading, that's the ultimate Orkan. And then I'm like, L83, okay. And then I got to the ultimate Halo and I was like a little bit confused. Okay. And then I see the Havoc. And I was like, wait, is that regular Havoc or ultimate Havoc? This is a regular Havoc. Okay, so... yeah. We're gonna run this. So if you're wondering why I'm running such a weird Archer build, that's the reason why. This viewer has it. Which I'm gonna comment on as well. Those are the pilot skills. Hey, Robert. So we've got Kestrel on there. We've got the Luchador with the Anguisher and Ruiner. We've got the Brawler track. Little bit of this, you know what we call it? We call that the Swiss Army build. It's like a Swiss Army knife, you know. You got everything. You got like a corkscrew. You got a knife. You got like a mini like ruler or whatever. What do they usually have? Bottle opener. Okay, so we've got all of that covered, and then they had the Paladin, I believe. So we've got Paladin with Aegis Blast System and Durability Extender. Okay. Okay, so before we run any games, what I typically do, and I used to do this when I used to recruit when I was with, you know, running squads with Clan Vox. So I was one of the leaders of the clan, and you know, when we would get potential recruits come to us, I would go through the hangar and just kind of look to see what they were running. Typically, the way that I would also choose players for our clan back then was I would, because you know, like how sometimes players, like they have the bots, but then they, you know, naturally they have the bots that they usually like playing with. And then they would tell me afterwards, well, they have this bot. I actually didn't really care for that because I wanted to see what their main hangar was like. Their main hangar gave me insight into the kind of player that they were. We were a very brawler-focused clan because, you know, when you play against the strongest players in the game, you have to be a good brawler. So typically what I do is when I look at this hangar, I look first to see how much range, because I want to say about 80-90% of the time when players lose a lot, it's because they got too much range in their hangar. And the reason why is because when they play against strong, aggressive players, usually those players play very aggressive and they push into their spawn and then they lose all their bots. And then they say, well, it's because he had meta or whatever. But most times that's not really the case. Okay, so we have 2 range here, which isn't too bad. The Pathfinder is the better one. This is going to be kind of interesting. And then I look at how many brawlers they have. So they do have like an archer, even though I know it's all mixed up with the weapons and stuff. We have a Fenrir here, and Lynx is kind of like in between, bit of a beacon runner here. And I like how they've got the Luchador to balance this, because if you do have too much range, one way that you can help to balance your robots is to run a Brawler Titan, which is what they have here. So pretty decent. A couple of comments before we run as well. So you have to be careful of running, like this is more for the newer players. Obviously, if you have money and resources to spend, it won't matter too much. But especially for the ones that play for free, you have to be careful of running too many of the same type of weapons. So because this will leave you vulnerable to any kind of balance changes. So for example, let's say tomorrow they decided to nerf the Ice Noodle family. So like the Snare, Scatty, and Hell. That means these 2 bots will now be vulnerable, because now you will need to replace those weapons with something else, which hopefully you have backups. But just something to kind of keep in mind. With this Ocho build, I know a lot of players kind of fall into this trap. Okay, so if they win like an ultimate Orkan or any kind of ultimate weapon, they feel like they have to use it. Don't force yourself to use something if it's not going to work for your build. In this case, I don't see how this is going to work. I'm just kind of predicting here. So if you have like ultimates, don't force the build just because you have an ultimate, because it may not necessarily be the best thing. So there might be a cheaper option actually that is far more effective, which it is in this case, and I'm going to run that instead, which will actually save you resources, right? Because if you level those other weapons up, it's cheaper for you than leveling up ultimates, because ultimates takes a lot of resources. Also the drone here, this is not gonna, this archer is gonna go down very quickly, I think, but it might surprise me, who knows. Okay, so we're gonna run some games. We're gonna try to keep this to about, I'm gonna say like 1 hour, maybe just a little bit over an hour. We're gonna run a couple of games, and then I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna try to optimize things. So just so that you know, when I say optimize, I'm gonna change like things like the weapons. I'm gonna keep the bots themselves, but I'm gonna change the weapons, try to diversify it a bit and make it more effective. So by the end of the stream, this hangar that you see right now will be performing a lot better. Okay, so the whole purpose of this is to help that player, and I'm sure there's more players out there who may have very similar builds, help them optimize their build so they know exactly what to go for, and as a result they save resources. Haru, Cactus, Hamun. Okay, we're gonna start with I'll go for the left usually. Oh wait, this guy's okay. I'm gonna go for center. They've got the first kill. Oh shoot, I'm like hung up here. I'm healing, but that's not gonna save me. Ooh. Yeah, I've gotta use my cover here. They're gonna drop in over here. One player's not dropped in yet. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe push. They're probably gonna strike me with a sniper build. That Ravager was gonna hit me, that's why I used my ability. Okay, how are we gonna do this here? Got him. Oh, I was hoping I could kill that guy. He's still alive. Maybe. Ooh. I'm gonna try to push these guys back. Push them off the beacon. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Oh, this is going down fast. Man, that went down faster than my baby account, Ocho. And that thing's only MK1 level 6. This is not gonna work against this guy. I don't have the weapons to deal with him. I'm just gonna stay on this beacon for now. If I can free... Actually, wait, he's almost dead. I'm just staying on this beacon for now. Come on, guys, he's almost dead. Keep on hitting him. There we go. He's got him. Nice. I'm gonna push this way. This is surprisingly holding up. Kind of decent. Whoa! Whoa, he's split in half. Oh, that's a pity. I'm trying not to heal up here. Because I need to drop in with it. I actually need to drop in with my Titan now. I know I could heal up, but I'm not going to. Gonna see if I can try to help this guy. This guy should get behind me. Can use me as a meat shield. There we go. These weapons really aren't that... they're not really that good. Oh. We need to get to the other side there. Just gonna fire everything. Nice. Oh. Hi, Sham. I can't believe it either. The Ocho worked well. I mean, everything works well with unstable conduit. It's not just the Ocho. Yeah. Oh boy, here we come with all the pop-ups, right? There's something about this that I don't know about. On absorbability lockdown. Funny thing is we didn't even have the right drone on there. That's kind of crazy when you think about it. Okay, so we have 117 viewers. If you guys could do me a favor, make sure to smash that thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. This way, it allows me to continue to do War Robots content for you guys, whether it be videos, live streams. Any tips for a starting account? The first thing I would actually do is watch the baby account series of mine. That will give you insight into how I upgrade things, especially the more recent ones. I'm gonna go this way here, get this beacon as quickly as possible before these guys get it. So on this map, generally if you lose this right beacon, you will end up losing the game. Come on. Fighting too many of them there. This is such a bad build, man. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's move this way. What the heck's going on? I think that might be my first... Was it my first kill with that thing? Ooh, that was just terrible, that build. Keep in mind, everything is maxed out. Sorry, dude. There we go. There we go. Someone locked me. This guy's gonna kill me. I don't have enough firepower at close range here. I'll get this guy. Lost stand. What is that? Ooh, this thing is charged now. You're gonna eventually run. Yep, there we go. There we go. Thank you. He's trying to stop me and I'm trying to heal up here. Ugh. Come on! He's so close to dying! Yes! Oh no, I couldn't drop in. Ah! These weapons are so bad on here. We need beacons. This Loki. The thing is, he could have actually stayed here and he would have been fine. We're gonna get this beacon, right? I'm just trying to get these beacons quickly. Shoot. Dark light, that's not good. Ooh. He almost got me, but he might get me here because I need a heal. We're just trying to get beacons, yeah. Freeze him up. Come on. Got him. That beacon. Oh no, it's just me left. is this thing is surviving? Dude, what the? 2 versus 2 now. Uh-oh. That guy's gonna get one of the I'm trying to push beacons here because their beacon bar is going down. They're trying to go for kills. This is not when you want to go for kills. We've only got 36 seconds. As long as we stay alive, we're good. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drag him away from that beacon here so he follows me because he's going for kills. They don't have a beacon bar. Left P1. There we go. You telling me it has 9 lives? More like it has 20 lives. I should have been dead. Dude, 14 million. Holy, 10 beacons. Yeah, I thought this hangar was gonna do bad. Okay, we're at 30 minutes. I'll play one more game. Because we haven't run the Fenrir yet. Hi, Assassin. No, it's not the drone. It's not the drone. It's the unstable conduit that is doing it. We would like to think it's the drone, but that drone doesn't offer anything. That's why I'm kind of surprised. It just goes to show you how strong unstable conduit is. Holy campers galore. I know there's a guy behind me, but if I can, there we go. Interesting, he's got ultimates on there. I don't know if I'm more impressed the fact that I've survived this long in this thing, or I mean I've almost, yeah, there we go. It's so hard to play this build because all my weapon, they're all different ranges. Ooh, trying to heal. Nah. Almost got that guy. Wait, we only got 2 players left. Wait, what? Where's the rest of my team? 3 players. I death marked this guy. Trying to get... All players, we need to get beacons quick, dude. Quick. We don't have much time. That's still hitting pretty hard. Oh. That's a lot of Titans. Ooh. Ooh. Curie, thank you so much for the membership gift. Really do appreciate it. So who was the lucky winner? Is it Jackie? Congrats on the membership gift. Okay, we're gonna go in, guys. I'm gonna optimize this hangar now. I have a feel for, you know, where I stand with it. Hey, Peter. Wait, did I just freeze up here? What's going on? I'm like waiting. Waiting. Hey, Peter. Peter. There's a Peter and there's a Peter as in like food Peter. Yeah, I think I froze. Actually, wait. No, there we go. That's like super delayed. What the? I can't click on anything either. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's just switch to that. I'm going to restart the game. Thanks, Robert. Thank you for all the years you have given this community. You appreciate it. Really do appreciate it, Robert. Thanks so much. Okay, so this is the original Dream Hangar that Tylor has submitted. So we just ran that for a couple of games now. I'm going to go in. I'm going to start to strengthen this. Okay, so everything was maxed out. My goal is going to be to see if I can try to optimize this further. Okay, so how are we going to do this? First thing, I'm going to change this Archer build. This thing's driving me crazy. You guys know what I'm going to run on here. Just to kind of prove my point, we'll run the regular cryos. And yes, I'm getting rid of the ultimate Orkin. Just because it's an ultimate doesn't mean it's better. So freeze rockets for me is stronger. It's still stronger on the Archer because you're freezing up your opponent. And they take 20% more damage. The more freeze rockets you have, the faster you freeze them up and the quicker they actually take that damage. So even though we had 2 ultimate weapons, this is still the optimum build. The reason why also is I don't have to think about the ranges when I'm firing. So you notice I was missing a lot, so I'm wasting all my ammo because they're all different weapons. By having it all the same, I know that I need to get within 350 meters. They all fire the same. They're all the same family. There's nothing to think about. I keep things simple. Okay, so we're going to keep that. Kestra was kind of working, sort of, but if we're going to optimize this, we got to go Haruko. Okay, so we're going to do Haruko. You could also do the Shy. That's another option. And if you missed my video on how to build a stronger Ocho, make sure you check that out, because I go over everything, like the pilot skills and stuff. Okay, so I haven't changed anything here. This is all the same. Just one thing, if you're an Ocho player and you're leveling up your pilot, make sure that your Deaf Survivor skill is one of your first skills that you get. Okay, because if not, your first. So what that does is when I attack, I will use my ability. When I get out of my ability, I'm going to lose health very quickly. When it drops down to 50%, I can activate the ability again. So it keeps me alive for longer. This one we'll keep. Although I'm not going to use... I mean, it's kind of weird to say this, but the Pascal actually kind of worked there, because it was protecting me. So I'm not sure how it's going to be when I switch this to the Friezo, because we are talking about optimizing this. You could use also the Shy. That might be another one, or even Haruko. Again, just because you won a new drone doesn't mean you have to use it, especially on the wrong bot. So I was looking at this. So we have, I guess, this, because it's firing, right? It has a cannon, we're getting additional damage, on absorber ability, lockdown. The Curie does not have an absorber shield, and it's not flying, so we actually lose out on two of these, two of those skills there. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna run the Pascal, because the Pascal was actually designed for the Curie. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of interesting, because this one will actually give me durability, like health. When I drop down, you get additional damage, you get resistance, and also robot gains a damage bonus. Okay, so you have a damage bonus applied to this as well. It's going to be interesting to see, because they made change. I know they made changes to that drone. The thing is, do we want to run? Do you want to run with these weapons? I know I was doing kind of decent with it. Trying to think like what I should run on here. I'm gonna be mixing things up. I mean, maybe even I almost want to say the Curie. We're gonna change this. Although, you know, it's kind of weird, because this was doing somewhat decent. I mean, they're not bad weapons, to be honest. But I want to run something a little bit different here. Okay, so we'll do that. You know, last time I remember I think I ran Sonic on here, and it was actually pretty good. Now let's try. Don't know if it's gonna work now. I guess we'll find out. Run glaciers. Yeah, I could run glaciers. I was thinking of... Well, no. The thing is, I don't want to have it, because then we've got ice rockets on here. That's why I didn't want to run it. I'm trying to think what I could run on this one. Maybe let's run... I know these weapons were nerfed, but there's actually a reason why, which is going to be tied to a future video. Although really I want to run more of these. Okay, so we've got that. that. Drone. We're gonna change these weapons here. Oh. We're gonna run Sonics on this thing. Okay, there. So for the players who say, well, they don't really have these weapons because, you know, they limited edition, technically you should have gotten, I think, 3 from this event. So if you're in the main hangar here, you click on that, you go to daily rewards and you collect it through here. Yeah, so I haven't picked up this one here, but you should have been able to pick up. How many were there? 1. Wait, how many did they give? Oh, 1, 2, 3. They gave you 3. And a Stellar Sirius. And a Teth data pad. Right? This one. Okay, so make sure you pick that up. I'm going to mention it because I actually saw, I think it was in the store. Yeah, make sure you pick that up, especially if you're considering, I think there was a deal here somewhere. I'm like, why would I want to get the deal if I'm getting it for free? But just so that you know, right? Is it here? I saw it somewhere. Yeah, look. So you basically got this for free, but they have it in the store. I don't know why. I guess for the players who are too lazy. Okay. We will keep the mothership. For me personally, like if I had to change this out, I would run the Avalon. But I'll keep this just so that we can see the difference in performance. Visor, right now I am doing a Dream Hangar video, so there's not going to be any hangar reviews. There will be this weekend, but it's going to be for members. It's one of the features for the members of the channel. We have a lot of players over here. What about... Get onto the beacon quick. Ah! I was hoping I could get... He needs to get onto that beacon quick. There we go. Perfect. Move out of my way. There is a player over there that we need to deal with. Thank you. Because now I'm in your spawn. He's going to drop in. He wants revenge, right? Yep, there he is. That's his second bot. He's going to drop in again because I killed him. Yep, there he is. Just like clockwork. He's gonna drop down. If that's the same guy, I'm gonna kill him again. Right into my rockets. Thank you. Then he's gonna drop in again because I killed him. Maybe it's a Titan this time. Yep, there he is again. Yep, he's almost dead. Gonna kill him again. He's gonna drop in again because he's angry now. Yep, that's usually how it goes. This is why you run brawlers. Now he's on his last spot. We're gonna kill that too. Yep, we just killed him. Because he used weapons that can kill the Teth. Now he's gonna drop in with his Titan. Up. There he is. There we go. That was funny. That's like his whole hangar right there. With one bot, by the way. This is why I like brawlers. You're gonna give me the beacon. You can blind me all you want. Hey, Joe. Like, we need beacons ASAP, guys. Man, I was doing so much damage there. At least we know that one of their players is low. He doesn't have that many bots. Because I killed his whole hangar. What the heck is going on there, guys? You know you can spawn elsewhere. You don't have to spawn at home. That's why you play Beacon Rush. Just want to get onto this beacon here quick. Trying to turn my back because there's another. Ugh. I'm not going to be able to survive this. There's two, yeah, there's another guy there. Come on. Collect the shield. That might be enough. That might be enough to kill him. There we go. Shoot. We're gonna lose this. Man, even after I had wiped that guy's entire hangar out. They got too many Titans. Am I going up against Master League players? No, champion. It has to be champion because the account, I believe, is in champion. This guy might be master, but he's got 21,000 victories. Too busy? I think it's more, Quan, it's not me that being busy with wiping that guy out. I was in their spawn. This is where my team should have been able to hold down the home, but they gave up both home beacons. What you don't do as a player. So what that guy did, where he kept dropping in trying to kill me, never ever do that. you will get your hangar like wiped if you do that. Always spawn at another spawn point if you can. This is why you go for beacon, so that you can spawn elsewhere, which is more safer. That revenge kind of play will cost you games. That guy just destroyed. So we're down a player. Player. We may be down 2 players. 1 player? We're down 2 players. No. Another one dropped in. Wait, what? Is that the same guy? Where is that guy? Oh, he got me. We gave up our home. I'm gonna lose this fight. I'm getting shot at the back of my back. Oh, actually, wait, maybe not. We're gonna kill him. We got him. That's a Curie, took out the tip. That's a lot of players here, guys. We gotta defend this. Oddly enough, the paladin's actually helping. Oh no, I was hoping I could get another ability charge. What is going on here? Was it Tith? We gotta watch. So wait, we only have 3-4 players. They're gonna push center. I don't want to use my reflector shield if I can avoid it, because I know there's a Luch above me here. Oh no, I can't get out. Ah! That's not good. There's gonna be a sword unit attacking us soon. Ooh. Oh, I'm not gonna survive here. Ooh. Come on, hit him, guys, hit him. Trying to freeze him up so he takes more damage. We gotta watch the no. I gotta save up. One. Ugh. We're doing pretty good because I think we were short-handed, right? Because there was a guy that quit at the start. Yeah, because they still have Titans, yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna win this because we were short-handed from the start. Ugh. The guy on our team quit. It'd be funny if they give me 4 or 5 beacons. Not gonna happen though. Not enough time. This Fenrir is too slow. Yep, and they're changing another beacon. What's been in the game for so long? I mean, all things considered, we actually did really well. It's about to end. Run faster. Yeah, but we were sabotaged because there's a guy that quit early at the start. Yep, this guy here. Sometimes the Scarrows can fix. You notice a difference in the Ocho? That's like a huge difference. Just the Ocho alone, and I'm not even using ultimate weapons. That's why I say, you know, just because you have the weapons doesn't mean you have to use it. If it's not going to benefit, then it's not worth running. Nice tit. Killed him with the Ocho. Don't know what Natasha's doing here. Just trying to hold this beacon down for as long as possible. Drive their beacon bar all the way down, because they might have like teths and stuff there, but they don't have beacons. They're gonna lose. This guy is hiding all the way back there. Hiding's not gonna save you, pal. Ooh, that guy's almost dead. Push their beacons. This beacon's white, so they need to get rid of all of us. That's why we're all stacking here. Wait, there's someone moving here. What's this guy up to? What is this? So one of the best ways to deal with a Loki, if you ever see, just sit on a beacon. Yeah, he's going all the way around, but I think I might be able to hit him, right? Am I hitting him? Yeah, we are. Oof, he completely destroyed the beacon bar. Get some crumble effect on this guy so he can't heal up. He's dead. Crumble effect on this. The Ravana with the Havoc is better than the Cryo. I think if you have trouble aiming like rockets, then Havoc would be the way to go. Because I know some kind of struggle with the rockets. So rockets, a tip when it comes to using them, you don't want to fire directly at the player. You have to kind of anticipate where they're going. So if it looks like they're moving more to the right, you want to aim a little bit further out so that they run into your rockets. And then vice versa if you're aiming to the left. Oh, you were in that game, Tropical? I didn't see. Okay, we're already at 1 hour. Okay, wait. I'll play one more game, and this is going to be the last. Condor has like, what's it, physical shields, which it turns into, or it heals gray damage with it. Avnia with arms and spike. Those are two very different weapon ranges. Who's on? I'm just gonna go for a center here. We don't actually have that's a lot of range. We don't have anyone going to that beacon. Oh, yeah, we lost. We've got too much range. Why am I lagging so bad? Trying to get him down. No help here, guys. What's going on? Absolutely no help. There's a guy now, thankfully, but it might be too late. There we go. That guy's got to get out of his camper build. And they start pushing like this, you got to get out of your... He's gonna need some help. Someone help him, please. Oh. Okay, all these titans. Let's drift around the corner. He was trying to ditch his bot to drop in with the Titan. You could see, I think he was waiting there. Actually, wait. You're gonna run out of fuel, dude. Okay, wait, what? He's gonna be dead because I can see him. Sonic's gonna kill him, I think. Yep. What beacons do we have? They're pushing beacons, yeah. They're trying to distract. We gotta go for that beacon there. This is where you mustn't be distracted by kills, even though you can get kills. You go for beacons. You wanna win, you gotta go for beacons. There we go. We can probably get center now too. I think that's gonna seal the deal. They don't have any beacons. Yep. Okay, let's get this one. There you go. Wait, is that the guy from earlier? It is. He's still in his Fenrir. Oh, they were down a player. Well, that explains it. Best Titan for free-to-play players, the Indra, the Kraken Indra, and you can get it through the black market because that's where I got mine. I got it for free with the Kraken. I got the Kraken. It's in this one here, right? Yeah, this one here. I won this one, and then I got the Kraken Mahavajra and the Vajra. So this one here, and that one over there. So you can win it. Obviously, it'll take a while because it's based on luck when you go through the black market, but it is possible. Do I think the game is pay to win? It's pay to win more when you get to the higher levels of play. So if you're in like high champion, then it will make a difference. But most times, like players, they don't really understand the game. They think, oh, pay to win. So they buy the stuff, but the builds are terrible that it just crumbles. So for example, like earlier, you saw how I had 2 ultimate weapons on the Ocho. It was performing terrible. So what did I do? I replaced it with ice rockets, and ice rockets is one of the oldest weapons in the game. You can build it through workshop. It's cheaper to upgrade. It performs better than the ultimate Orkan and the ultimate Halo. Yeah, so it's not a matter of, oh, I got ultimate stuff or I got MK3. It doesn't really mean anything. If your build's if your build's bad, it's bad. It doesn't matter if you're leveled up or not leveled up. Hi, Kunjal. Do I remember we... Wait, weren't you the one that always used to talk to Togi or something? Why does that name look familiar? Hey, Floofs. Okay, so wait, this is the original Dream Hangar comment from Tylor. Tylor, yeah, that's how you pronounce, I think, right? So Tylor, just if you're in the live chat, I don't know if I missed you, but there is a prize that is attached with Dream Hangars, so you will be getting a steel teth. So that is going to be your prize. And, you know, judging from what you have in your hangar here, like if I had to replace, you know, one of your bots, that's a tough call. I mean, you could it's kind of leaning more towards either Fenrir or the Lynx. Yeah, it really depends like what weapons you have on it too. But if you were looking at the Fenrir, then that would be a good option. So you could use the steel teth there as another tank, or if you want to make it more tankier, you know, you could use a steel teth, use the Archer as your beacon runner, and then use the steel teth as another tank. In fact, you know what? I would probably lean more towards that for me personally. Okay, and for the ones who are kind of curious, how does Dream Hangars work? So you guys in the chat, or if you're watching the stream afterwards, anyone can submit. You don't have to be a member or like a paid, like Patreon member or anything. Like I don't base it off of that. You know, you're a viewer and you enjoy this series, even better. But all you do is you submit your Dream Hangar. Again, this could be something that you're building towards. Maybe you are struggling with your builds. You can just submit it. Or it could be a theme. Okay, just like what Tyler's done here. And who knows, you might get chosen. If you get chosen, there's usually a prize attached with that too. Which is tied to like my giveaways and stuff. But yeah, just kind of mention like your robot. You don't have to go into detail. There were some that kind of put, like, I really do appreciate that you put a lot of effort into like listing everything, but I can't choose those just simply because it's harder to show, you know, during a video or like a live stream, because there's going to be so much scrolling. So just keep it simple. What robot, what weapons, maybe the drone. You don't even have to go into pilot unless you want to mention it, but you don't have to go through pilot skills and all that stuff. Like it's, just try to keep it short. List your 5 robots, your Titan, your mothership, and also, very important, include your pilot ID and your platform, and that's it. Yep. My videos taught you more about tactics than your school's chess club. You know, it's funny, I used to play chess before. I used to be very good at chess. I used to play for my school. This is way back in South Africa. I think I was ranked like, I think it was like number 6 in the school at one point, which was crazy for me because I had just started playing. I remember I was like, I used to play against like my cousin because I was like learning how to play, and then I'd play against my dad, and sometimes I'd like play on the computer against like, you know, it was like a chess game or whatever. And then, like, I really wanted to try out for the chess team, but I was kind of nervous. I really wanted to try out, but at the same time, like, you know, I didn't know what to expect, so I didn't try out. And then one day, my cousin said I should try out. So I gave it a shot, and I remember playing against the leader of the B team. So I think it was 6. I think it was ranked 6 in the school. And I actually, I ended up beating him. But they said that I couldn't be the leader of the second, like I couldn't be the team leader because I had just started. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like I just wanted to play chess. Oh, I didn't have a rating. Like I didn't get that much into it. But yeah, I used to play for my school. And then like every weekend we would have, I think it was every weekend. Yeah, every weekend. It was like on Saturday. We would have like, well, actually, no, wait, it was on Friday. Fridays, we would have like chess matches against other schools. So they like, we would travel there or they would come to our school and we would play against them. I still remember one time I played against this one school and I was up against their team leader. And like the game started, I checkmated him in like, I think it was like 6 or 7 moves. It was something crazy. And the teacher from his school, he came over. He's like, so how's everything going? And oh, the guy's like, oh, he won. And he's like looking at the board. He's like, what? Like, because they just had started. I had like finished the game. I checkmated the guy. Like 6 or 7 moves. Evan Ash. Yeah, so that's where I get my strategy and tactics too. Like it's, you know, it's all related. Never played chess, always wanted to try. I don't know. I just remember moving like my my pawn, the 2 pawns forward, and then I think I moved I think it was the knight, and then the queen, and then the bishop out, and then I moved the queen up, and I was checkmate. They didn't. It was a strategy or whatever that they taught at our school. So I usually started with that to see if they knew it, and I got actually quite a few players like that. It might be Scholar's Mate. I don't know the names. I just like, because I was so new, they just showed me how it worked, and I was like, oh, I was like, that's good. I just started copying it. Hi, Whale. Hi, Mooney. The chatbot is number 3. That's funny, Nightbot. Yeah, you guys gotta really pick up your game. You don't want to lose to a chatbot, do you? Do you think that the taser weapons... wait, are you talking about like the Wang Ji and stuff? Like these? Let me just find... You talking about like these weapons? So this is just me personally, but I wouldn't level them up. Like when I build a very strong hangar, I'm very I want to say particular, but it's for a very good reason too. I usually don't run a lot of long range. My range will be more like 600, maybe up to 800, but usually it's like 600 meters and under. Oh, thank you, Will. Thank you for the donation. Really do appreciate it. About the Tesla weapons. Tesla weapons you can use. Obviously, they don't charge up your mothership as fast as they used to because, you know, sometimes I run it on the Raptor. It is still effective. It's going to also depend on your build too, right? Because like on the Raptor, it works really well because I'm usually jumping right at players and I'm like right there. Oh, those weapons on the Teth. I haven't actually tried it, so I don't want to comment on something I haven't really tried. Would I actually run it on the Teth? Well, so last night, so you know, like yesterday I was live streaming and I didn't really want to live stream because I was actually working on a video, but I couldn't get the footage. I was actually streaming to my members for 2 hours, and then like I couldn't get a single game where I could showcase like a counter to the Teth. And then I played another 2 hours afterwards and I couldn't find, so I had to kind of give up that idea, and that's why I live streamed yesterday. But what I'm working on is basically counters to the Teth. And I used some of those counters today in this hangar. You notice how I don't have any ultimate stuff. That's because I was prepared to run into Teths. Which is funny because I ran into quite a few tests. I should have maybe saved the footage. Because I could have used that. But anyways, we ran some tests. You know, tests to see what actually killed the Teth the most. You'll have to stay tuned for that video. I can't mention it too much because I'm busy working on that video. And you'll want to see what actually kills the Teth. Yeah, there's definitely counters. And the crazy thing is... And this is, you know, quite often players say, well, why didn't you put out a video sooner? It's like they think that I know these things straight off the bat. It's taken me 3 weeks, by the way, and still players don't know how to counter. Like if you're on the field, players are struggling because they don't know how to counter it. That's why, you know, they want the Teth nerf because, you know, they don't know how to handle it. Oftentimes, there's actually counters to what's on the field. You just haven't found it yet. And it took me 3 weeks. About 3 weeks, right? Because about 3 weeks when the Teth came out. And oddly enough, the weapons that can counter it are not... I mean, there's some of the new weapons. There is one like ultimate, but that's not actually even in the top 3. I found certain weapons that can wipe out the Teth. And I'm not talking about a weak Teth. I'm talking about a maxed out one that has actually been charged up to the point where it's unkillable. I actually found a couple of things, interesting things last night. What's a good robot in the meta that does not require eating a lot of power cells? If you're not going to use a lot of power cells, you have to look at your pilot skills. So in the case like of the Ocho, like, you know how I was using a lot of power cells, it's also because I've designed this for that purpose too, to use unstable conduit. But if this was my pilot here, what I would do is I wouldn't use Dodger. I would actually use Quartermaster to cut down on the cost. And then I would also maybe possibly use... I think that's the main things that I would use. So there's two pilot skills that you actually want to change. I'm trying to think. I don't want to do it on that particular bot because I usually use the Ocho. So using something like Wonder Worker can help. Also, you have drones as well. These two skills, Modules Expert, Quartermaster. So this is going to cut down the cost. This is going to extend the time. So whatever you're using, if it's Advanced Repair, Unstable Conduit, it will actually run for longer if you use Modules Expert. And if you use this one, then it will cut down the cost. Using things like Mechanic, using things like Wonder Worker, usually when you use your ability in that case, then you get some healing. There's also certain drones that you can use to heal up with. Moving to like other bots like maybe the Mender, or actually I think Demeter is probably better. If you use Demeter with the app meter, you can heal up great damage, and that would be for free, right? Because that's the Demeter's ability. Other than the Tesla after the rebalance, I did try the Punch and Shredder. I think it was Gatto that mentioned it. It actually wasn't that bad. So you could try that. Some have actually told me that the ice rockets work really well too, but I need to try that build out. The downside, so the thing is, I'm not sure about the ice rockets. It's not that it's not going to do a lot of damage. Like I definitely know that it's going to do a lot of damage because burst damage always usually does. It's more like, so the way that I play my Raptor, usually I'm jumping into a group of players. Now, that's not the kind of weapon that I would want to run if I know I'm going to deal with multiple players. If I was only going to deal with one player, then sure. If I'm going to deal with like 2 or 3, there's no ways I'm going to survive that. Because once I unload all my rockets onto one player, chances are I'm not going to kill him. I might maybe get close. And then even if I do kill him, then I have to deal with the others. And by then I'm only firing like 1 rocket every second from each weapon. So I'd be at a disadvantage. The glacier weapons on Baglio used yesterday was good to counter the Teth. You were shocked at how it... Yeah, that's one of the counters. But actually the weapon that I found that does more damage to Teth is even older than the ice rockets. That should throw a curveball. Yeah, it actually kind of surprised me. I was shocked when we were running our tests, because the player that I was shooting, he's like, wait, can you just hold on a second? I need to heal up a bit. And I was like looking, because I was like, I'm gonna kill you with this weapon. You're not really surviving that. Yeah, so I mean, I only fired I think half my clip, and I was like, whoa, okay. And he was charged too, like this. I'm not even kidding. Mind you, I was also charged at that point. But yeah, I had to slow down my my attack. He had to heal up because the clip size. What happened to the Minos? Because they are still using it, but now it's gone. There's just better options. I mean, Minos, so the ultimate Minos is also good versus the Teth because you do EMP. which will prevent the Teth from using the ability. So you could use it as a counter, but I believe... is it tied to... No, it's not tied to the pilot, right? I think it's the ultimate version EMPs. I think it's the this one EMPs. Yeah. Okay, so when you charge it, it has an EMP effect. It's punishes? No, it's not. It's not punishes. Although they did tell me that some clans were using it, and when we ran the test, no, it's not that. Should your Curie be an assault or brawler? You know, running this today, it actually survived a very long time. Like, it actually caught me by surprise. Like, I know unstable conduit's handy, but it actually really helped the Curie. Like, I would rank this really high up now in terms of like just brawlers and tanks. I mean, so I know we were running close range weapons here. If you go back in the stream, I was running hell weapons. Like that one game, I survived it. Like I should have been dead, but I wasn't dead. Somehow I was surviving. So, and I wasn't even running the right drone on there, which is the crazy part. Do I have the ultimate leech on here? Yes, I do. This account actually doesn't belong to me. It belongs to Pixonic, so it has everything on here. Well, I shouldn't say everything because I accidentally deleted. I think someone wanted me to test out the Orion mothership, and then I realized I don't have it on here. Because at one point I was lagging up so bad when I was preparing for Dream Hangars, I had to go through all my inventory and sell extra weapons and stuff. I think I ended up selling something like 1,300 punishes or something like that. I can't remember. Man, I was sitting here clicking. It took me like, I think it was like 4 hours. I'm not even joking. About 4 hours to clear things, because I had to go through all my light weapons, medium, heavy weapons. Then I had to go through so that was the weapons, and then the robots, and then the titan weapons, and then the drones and the motherships, all the components I had to clean, like go through my workshop. And then when I was done all of that, then all the lag disappeared, because I was preparing that morning. I was preparing for a Dream Hangars video, but when I changed the weapon, it took about 30 seconds before it changed. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I had to go through everything. Scatty better than regulator for... Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I actually preferred running Scatty over regulators even before the nerf, because I found them a lot stronger. The best setup for the Condor. I know players run the sonic weapons. They actually work like the screamer weapons. That works, but I like the ice noodles on it. So I was running... this was a couple of live streams ago. I remember I was running this build here. This was actually doing really, really well. But the thing that I changed, so I didn't run this. I actually ran... who was it? I think it was Robert in the chat. He said to run this and it worked really well. And I was wiping out players with this, like... Yeah, for that, well, that build. Okay, so anyways, guys, I think that's going to be it for the stream. Just trying to... You know, I said I was going to keep it to 1 hour. Look, we're almost at 2 hours here. Before I get going, thank you very much to Dark Warrior Lone, Dominic, Kai, Dies, Peter Cold, and Alex for helping to moderate today's live stream chat. Much appreciated. If they have YouTube channels, make sure to check them out. Also, thank you very much to Thierry, Robert, Whale. Thank you so much for the membership gifts and the donations. Really do appreciate it, guys. And if they have YouTube channels, make sure to check them out. Also, guys, let me just put this up. If you are purchasing anything from the web shop, I would greatly appreciate it if you use my creator code. I have it up on the screen right now. So I think I get like 5% or so, and that helps towards supporting the channel. This way I can continue to do War Robots videos and live streams for you guys. Okay, so that's one way that you can support the channel, or just leaving a like. That also helps with the algorithm. And also thank you to Tylor. Okay, so congrats Tylor on the steel teeth. I don't know if you're gonna see this. I left a comment under the, I think it's the previous Dream Hangars. I didn't see any reply, so hopefully you hopefully you see it. If not, I guess you'll be logging in one day and you're gonna have a steel teeth. But yeah, thanks for participating, and to everyone else, if you would like a chance to be featured in a future Dream Hangars video or live stream, make sure to post your Dream Hangars in the comments once the stream is done. It could be something you're building towards, it could be a theme. Try to keep it simple, you know, just like the bot, the weapon, the drone, maybe the pilot. Include your Titan, your mothership, and also the most important part, actually, the pilot ID and platform. Because if you get chosen, then you do, or you most likely will get a prize, which I base it on the giveaways. Sketty better than the normal shock train, or yes, by a long shot. I would choose it any day of the week right now. It's very strong. In fact, it's so strong right now, I wouldn't be surprised if those weapons get nerfed. But I said this more than 3 months ago. I told players, like, why are players sleeping on this? This weapon is doing so much damage. It's this, the snare, and the hell. Like, these weapons for me were outperforming the regulators, and players were like, no, I'm gonna stick with my regulators. I'm like thinking, no, I'm gonna level this up, and then they nerfed the regulators. I'm like, oh yeah, now I'm really gonna be cooking with this, because now on the baby account I have it leveled up. But I gave players more than a 3 months notice. Like, they could have been well ahead by 3 months, and they would, you know, have that weapon leveled up. It does so well. Yeah, so that's gonna be it, guys. And yeah, if you are new to the channel, hope you enjoyed today's live stream. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, because there will be a steel teeth giveaway coming up sometime this week. And I think that's gonna be it. So thank you guys for dropping by. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and until, I guess, tomorrow, because we're gonna do another stream tomorrow, I will catch you guys later. Cheers, guys.